Hello, everybody. We are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo. This is my forever co-host, Jum. Today, we talk about Hook, an underrated Steven Spielberg movie, and a very classic Robin Williams movie once again. And honestly, I didn't know it was by Steven Spielberg until like years later. I was like, oh, that's why I like it so much.
I didn't know it was by Steven Spielberg until I finished the movie. I was like, huh.
Yeah. I think it's underrated because it came out between Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, and Jurassic Park. So it's like two big franchises, and it's crushed in the middle.
You could have just seen like Steven Spielberg just like, no, yay!
Right?
He has like the two Emmys. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
But for
Right. And like for a lot of people, who grew up on this, they love it, but like a lot of people don't like it at the same time, and I'm like, that's fair, but like why? You know?
I agree. Like it's a fun movie. It's a very odd take on
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause like they hit. I don't know if like the second movie came out before this movie. Do you remember the second one? That was a banger.
What's the second one?
Yeah, the second Peter Pan movie. The one where like it's oh fuck, what's her name? Wendy's daughter. But it's in World War II, and then like the opening scene is them going down the shelter because there's an air raid.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Dude, and the fucking song made me cry. Watch it. It is so good. And it's like the same concept. Like you could see that Peter Pan almost like fell in love with this girl. Yeah.
Oh, is it the one with Jason Isaacs?
Yeah.
Because I remember one movie where, you know what, we'll get to that some other time. But like, the Peter Pan movies, this is the ones that really stand out. Aside from the original Disney animated one, of course.
Yeah.
Like, it's that one, this one, and then like the 2003 one, I believe.
Oh yeah, the blonde boy.
Yeah. But yeah, again, it is an unusual take on Peter Pan, being all grown up, and Wendy being all like old and like life moving on. Like if you don't know the concept, you're like, what am I watching? Is this about the children of the author of Peter Pan? Is this about some guy who's just neglecting his kids until he reads Peter Pan to discover family is important? What's happening? Why?
I don't know. But yeah, like going into it, like if you don't know the main premise of Peter Pan, you might be a bit lost.
Yeah.
Because they do reference a lot of like, oh, my dad's Peter Pan, and they're like, you'd be like, who?
Yeah.
Like you really not gonna know. Even the person who's like lost their marbles, not gonna. I got lost there. I was like, who is he?
Yeah.
And later on, you find out he's one of the Lost Boys. I was like, oh, I don't know you.
Yeah. I'm like, sorry, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, well, again, Peter Banning is just a very neglectful dad. Like he's not the worst. He's just overly neglectful and like very cautious of everything. And you're like, you're kind of not kind of, but you are a killjoy, man. Your kids already are like, I don't know about dad. And as his wife puts it, he only has a few precious years left for them to want him, and then for the rest of his time, he'll be chasing them for attention. And you're like, oh, that's true.
That was a little bit heartbreaking, not gonna lie. When I heard that line, I was like, eesh.
Yeah.
You know, I think that was a scene where she like throws the phone out of the window because he's receiving too many calls on a holiday.
Yeah. And then like the adventure really kicks in when sport children get kidnapped by Captain Hook, who's played by Dustin Hoffman, and you're like, of all the Captain Hooks I've watched, I think you're my favorite. Not gonna lie.
I love this Captain Hook here.
Yeah.
It is so good. I didn't recognize it was Dustin Hoffman. Like even they took off like the wig, and he was a balding old man. I was like, that's not Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, for me it was the voice that gave it away. I was like, you sound like the Red Panda from Kung Fu Panda, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's him, and Smee is played by Bob Hoskins, who was in Who Framed Roger Rabbit as the detective, the main guy. Yeah. And like Glenn Close is one of the pirates. She's the one who gets put in the treasure box, and you're like, you sound like Glenn Close. I don't know why. And then you find out, oh, that is Glenn Close. Okay. Yeah.
Glenn Close was in this movie?
Yeah, she's the one where they're like, you don't believe in Captain Hook's plan. Put them in the box, and then she's put in.
That was
like,
a guy.
Yeah. Yeah, she's playing a guy in this one.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Kudos to the makeup department. I did not recognize that was Glenn Close.
Yeah. Also,
I guess that was before Cruella or after Cruella.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, also here is Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell. Apparently, they filmed this at the worst time possible in Julia Roberts' life because she just split up from Kiefer Sutherland after he cheated on her. So she was very difficult to work with. So yeah. That's why Steven Spielberg has never worked with Julia Roberts again. He understands why, but he's like, you know what? Rather not.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is of course the debut of Rufio, played by why is my mind blanking?
You got this.
You know him.
I know him too, but I'm horrible with names.
Dante Bosco, Jesus Christ.
Who?
Dante Bosco.
Dante Bosco, yeah.
That's
there
Rufio.
we go, Zuko.
Yeah. I mean,
you know that guy.
yeah, bring me the Avatar. That's just where you got to start. And like everybody, it's either you start with this or Avatar, where you fall in love with Dante Bosco because he's such a charismatic guy, and you find out that he doesn't want Peter Pan because he's like, I don't believe you're Peter Pan to begin with. You're old, you're curmudgeonly, you're grumpy, you're all adult-like. Ew, what a fucking loser. And Pan's like, believe me. He's like, no, absolutely not.
No, like you remember that scene where they're like at the dinner table and then like they're going back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
Robin Williams clearly had the better insults.
Yeah.
Because it was smart.
Yeah.
But Rufio was like, you know, like poopy cockeye head kind of insults.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know like kids in like their 15 to 14s and like them saying the most like atrocious things
Yeah.
known to man, like things that would get you into prison, but they couldn't because they're 15 and 14.
Yeah, and it's by Steven Spielberg, and this is a family movie, so yeah. There we go.
So I was just like, ain't no way he's using these insults.
Right? I also find it interesting that the other angle that Hook is like, well, if I can't have my war, I'll turn Peter's children against him. But Maggie doesn't fall for it, but Jack does because he's the one most affected by. My dad never shows up to my games, never makes time for me. He can't even rescue me when I'm in certain debt. What the fuck? Why? Why can't he do these things? Like, so Hook tries to convert him, or like bring him to his side. So when the time comes, he's like, "Oh, I have your children too, or at least your son." So you can't do anything about that. He even puts on a game for Jack, even though his rules of baseball would get you in prison as well. You're like, yeah, I don't remember. There's no shooting in baseball, man. Come on.
He's stealing base. I was like, wait. But like, I will say though, like, one key scene here that I love and has stuck in my memory is the dinner scene where like the kids just went ham.
Yeah.
On like the empty plates, and you're like, oh, they're pretending to eat.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you live, though?
Right.
And then like, yeah, what you gotta do is that you gotta imagine what you want, and then the thing that you want like will appear. And I was like, I love that scene because it's like, I would like that to happen. You know, I would like to imagine what I want to eat and just like go at it. So as a kid, it really stuck into my head. But the thing that grossed me out the most was like, do you know the? I don't know what it is. It's just frosting.
Yeah.
Remember the thing that like, you know, that Robin Williams just like flicks at Rufio? And I was just like, what is that? And I found it the most weirdest, colorful, disgusting thing.
Yeah, you're like, well, what? I mean, again, I get it's a kids flick, and like it's by
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg, but at the same time, you're like, it's kind of gross, man. I don't want to touch
Yeah.
that. The,
And then they had like a whole food fight. I was just like,
let alone eat it.
the-
You're like, no, thank you. I really
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
But like, I think that's why you get one, a director like Steven Spielberg to have that magic, and two, an actor like Robin Williams to have that charisma of him finally, once again, believing that he is the Pan. Because like, I don't know. Again, Robin Williams just has this charm and also magic to him that you're like, yeah, Steven Spielberg and him are just the best combo for making a movie like this. And like,
I agree.
I like when he starts to fly, you're like, I believe he's flying. I believe he's selling the part that he can fly. After reliving his memories of Wendy, who's played by Gwyneth Paltrow, right? If I'm remembering correctly. The younger
Oh my
one.
god, you're right. Yeah, that was her. I was like, after watching, I was like, dude, who played Wendy? I was like, good girl. Gotcha.
Damn. But yeah, I do love seeing Pan fly again and the Lost Boys and him believing that he is the Pan. Even Rufio's like, alright, I believe you're Pan. You can fly, you can crow like a rooster, you can do all the things that Pan's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And even Tinkerbell is very happy, a bit too happy because she does confess feelings and you're like, you are a married man, dude. So,
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. You gotta tell your wife you kissed a fairy.
right?
But yeah, like it's so weird though. I was just like, really?
Yeah.
Like the whole time?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay, I get it. Like in the original one, like she got jealous of Wendy
Yeah.
for a bit, but I thought it was like a friend thing. I didn't know there was like actual love and feelings because I was like, how's that gonna work?
Yeah. Also, kudos to Julia Roberts. Again, she also portrays the character with such charm to you. Like, I think you are my definite Tinkerbell. Not gonna lie. Like, I can't think of any other live action Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell's for the life of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I think one point I will deduct is what the final battle. It's very well done. Like as a fencer, I'm like, that's really good choreography. A bit over the top, but like I like it. It's the fact that Rufio's dad is like pushed off to the side, and you're like, aren't you a main character?
It's so funny because there's not even a mourning. Like Rufio is probably the only casualty out of. By the way, they killed people here.
Yeah.
In this movie, there is no shying away from that. Rufio has a body count, so does like Peter Pan. I was like,
it's like how.
and like the other, it's so funny because like the other kids are like fighting with marbles, and they're like they have like this egg cannon. I was just like,
well,
I thought you guys were just cap somebody.
But they have like kid-friendly stuff. While Pan and Rufio have like swords, sharpened sword. They're like, aha, I got you, and the guy's like, oh god, how am I gonna make it, Hook? You're like, oh shit. Also, going back to Hook's melancholia, you're like, Jesus Christ, when he's like, Smee, don't make me do it. Smee, stop me. Don't stop me, Smee. Smee, stop me, please. You're like, well, Jesus Christ, this isn't a kid's movie?
Yeah. There are very adult themes here that I appreciate. I was like, all right, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But wait, going back to Rufio's death though, it's so funny because like he gets a little cocky and gets stabbed.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I wasn't wanting a dad like you. And then Pan's just like, oh, you bastard. Like they fight and then they win, and then they're like, I'm the new leader. Like the fat kid becomes the new leader. I was like, cool. You ain't gonna bury Rufio
Right?
on the ship.
Right? He's just like, hey.
Like the seagull is like pecking on his like face.
Right? I do love the fact that Hook dies by the one thing he thought he conquered. Apparently he didn't conquer it. I don't know where Hook went. I really don't. I'm like, where is he? Where's this? I'm sorry. I know
Yeah,
it's a
that
kid's
did
movie.
not make sense.
Yeah.
At all. Like the only reason why we know he got like eaten is because the thing burped, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Ain't no way!" It's like,
Yeah. Apparently, when Pan names his successor, like the kids didn't know, so it was a genuine reaction. Only him and Spielberg knew. So when the guy gets the sword, he's like, "Oh my god, I didn't expect this." Me?
Yeah.
All right. You're like, "All right."
hey, he was the most effective one in the battlefield. Did you see him? Like he was like stepping on boards and crushing people's nuts, and then like started. Okay, not gonna lie, that shit was so fucking funny. He just like grabs his legs and starts rolling. I was just like, how many kids have got made fun of because of this fucking movie?
All right. I mean, like, what's effective is effective in a battle, you know? Like, I won't question it.
I guess he does it like 3 times.
Yeah, I'm like, man, whoever did the prop design is amazing because it still looks like the kid. Not gonna lie.
He just like watched Sonic once and he's like, I got this.
It's like gotta go fast. But yeah, they all go back to London and like it gets concluded in a nice bow. Like Peter, like values his family more, and like they all have a bit of magic in them, and you're like, alright, it's a fun Peter Pan Steven Spielberg movie. What else do you expect?
Yeah.
I do like this movie. I do like it. Like I think I watched this like 2017. I'm like every time it's on Netflix or whatever, I'm like, I need to watch it again. It's pretty fun. Not gonna lie. I see why people love this movie.
Yeah. For me, I don't have much of a problem for it, but like, I will say I won't really go out of my way to watch it, but when I do watch it, I really appreciate how like Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts, they all did like such an amazing job when it came to acting. I was just like, damn.
Right? What else do you expect from those actors? I do love how Smee by then it's like, we're losing. Bye.
Like he just starts packing up all the jewelry and like, alright.
But yeah, what would you rate Hook?
I would rate Hook. I'll give it the same like as Jumanji.
Okay.
You know, I am not as attached, even though I did watch this as a kid. Like, I'm not as attached to this movie as I am with Jumanji. So it is a 7.5.
Okay.
Around the same range. Like, it is a good movie. It is not my top pick, not my best Robin Williams movie. And like, other than that, like, it's still fun.
Yeah.
You know? Like, if you're a big Peter Pan, like, you know, fan, watch this one. It's still a fun movie. If you're a big Robin Williams fan, I think this is a must.
Yeah.
Because you see his range here, where he goes from, like, lawyer, businessman, to what he was like when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And he kind of has to, like, reel back a bit and just like, wait, right, I forgot I got kids in front of me.
Right.
I do love those scenes. I like it when he like loses himself and he has to catch himself at the same time.
Yeah.
Which shows the range on like Robin Williams. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 7.5 out of 10 for me.
Okay, I'll give it the same score I gave Jumanji, 95. I'll give it an 8. I just love the combination of Spielberg's magic and Robin Williams' charisma. I think that's a very good combo. Like, again, as I'll say, I'll just deduct points because, again, Rufio's death is just like water under the bridge. You're like, his body's still there, man. Aren't you gonna do something about that?
Like, nobody's gonna bury him? Alright, you know, it's fine.
He did say you were like a father to him, and you're just like, you bastard. And you're like, disregard his dying state. He's not like, he does say he wants like, this is for Rufio, but then that's about it. You're like, oh, okay, I guess that's as much acknowledgement as you give him, even though he did try to help you, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, to the audience watching, what's your favorite Peter Pan movie? Is it the Disney animated one, this one, the one from '03, the second one from World War II that you mentioned? I can't remember.
It's a sequel from the original. You never seen it?
The animated?
Yeah.
I've never. You know what?
Jane, like she has orange hair, she's wearing purple. You've never seen it? It has such a song that made me cry. It's so good.
All right, I'll check it out on Disney Plus when I do.
Yeah.
There's also a Pan in 2015 with Hugh Jackman as Blackbeard as like a
Nah,
pan.
that never happened.
You know,
Like they had like Teen Spirit in there. I remember.
such an odd movie. And then there's like one with Mila Jokovich's kid recently with Jude Law as Captain Hook. I hear mixed things, so I'm like, you know what? I think I've had enough Pan for a lifetime. So I'm
Yeah,
good.
well, I think y'all just gotta stop retelling Peter Pan.
Yeah. Oh. The magic has stopped John from talking.
Hello?
Never mind.
No, I just stopped talking.
No, you froze in an awkward moment. I'm like, oh, I guess
Oh,
the magic
okay.
got to him. But yeah, that's been our video on Hook. What do you guys think? If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see your best and funniest moments and our reactions to trailers. Spotify to hear us on the go. And the BGM ends Wolf on Letterboxd and Zoe does voices on TikTok. Where can they find you?
Find me at JomGM _ on Instagram. It is my account.
And until the next one, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Oh.